Hello, Yogiful family! Welcome back. Today, we are in our outside calming corner, and we're gonna be celebrating fall! And one of my favorite things, pumpkins. So let's get started. For this video, you need a pumpkin or a stuffed animal, but ideally, you can find a pumpkin. Maybe it's a pumpkin that you picked at a pumpkin patch. I picked mine at a pumpkin patch this week. So go ahead and find your pumpkin right now. And when you have it, bring it in your hands. And we're just gonna look at our pumpkin for a few minutes. And I want you to stare at nothing but your pumpkin for 5 deep breaths. Are you ready? Two more. What do you notice about your pumpkin? I noticed that mine is white, and there's not really a stem on mine, but there's lots of little ridges. And there's some imperfections and little dents. And there's a little bit of dirt on the bottom. And it feels really hard. What does your pumpkin smell like? Mine doesn't really smell like anything. What does it taste like? I'm just kidding. Let's try something with our pumpkin. So we're gonna try balancing our pumpkin on different parts of our body. Let's start with balancing our pumpkin on our head. Oh, that's tricky. Wow. And then we can try balancing it on our hand. And then our other hand, maybe our shoulder. Let's see. Can you balance it on your other shoulder too? Whoa. 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 What about on your knees? Oh, this is a tricky one. My pumpkin's kind of big. Try to find the perfect spot to balance it if you can. Whoa, maybe on top of the knee? Maybe on the other knee? And now get creative. Put your pumpkin anywhere. Where do you think you can balance it? I'm gonna try it on my back. Coming onto my hands and knees. Let's see if I can balance it on my back. I did it! What about on my bottom? Whoa! Got it! Maybe I can lift up a leg and my arm. Maybe the other one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh! Where else can you balance it? Try to find one other creative, unique spot to balance this pumpkin on your body. I'm gonna try it on my shin. It's a really tricky spot. Oh, whoa, 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 pumpkin. Whoa, pumpkin. Whoa. Okay, and now we're gonna try something pretty silly. So let's lay on our backs with our pumpkins. Laying on your back. And bring your pumpkin to your feet. And we're gonna try to balance our pumpkin on our feet. Okay, keeping our knees bent for the beginning, if this feels good. If you feel really comfortable and confident, go ahead and straighten your legs up and balance your pumpkin on your toes. It's like we're doing acro yoga with a pumpkin. And I'm gonna try and put it on one foot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Using my toes. Oh, that's tricky. Let's try the other one. If that's too tricky, just try both feet. And keep your hands there so you don't drop your pumpkin and turn it into squish squash. Okay. All right. So now that we've played with our pumpkin, I want to tell you a story about a very hairy pumpkin. So clear out your space and get ready to hear about this very hairy pumpkin that lives at a pumpkin patch. Let's get started. So bring your pumpkin and put it somewhere on your mat that feels really good. I'm gonna clear off my mat, clear off my bells. And I'm gonna put my pumpkin right in front of me so that you can see it and so that I can see it. And we're gonna get started with our story. So keep your pumpkin here, and throughout the story, we'll pick it up maybe, and maybe it'll just watch us from afar. So once upon a time, there was a very, very hairy pumpkin. So let's go to hairy pumpkin pose. Coming onto our feet, we're gonna bend our knees and tuck into a tiny little ball like a pumpkin. Yeah, and to make our hair, let's bring our arms out like long, beautiful flowing hair. And Harry the pumpkin was a little bit different because he blended in. And he blended in with the vines. The vines covered him, and with his hair, you could hardly tell that he was a pumpkin. And Harry would sit there day after day, and kids would come to the pumpkin patch. So let's go to pumpkin patch pose. Standing up, bringing one foot out front, and bending our front knee. And these kids would look around the pumpkin patch. And they would look around and look around, and they would say, "Oh, a perfect pumpkin!" And they would pick up the pumpkin, and they would bring it home. Let's switch legs. And then another kid would come another day, and they would look around for pumpkins, and they would find their perfect pumpkin, and they would pick it up and take it home. And even adults would come, and they would look around the pumpkin patch. So our legs are out wide, we're bending forward, we're looking around for pumpkins at the pumpkin patch, and they would pick them up and take them home. But Harry was never seen. Because Harry, let's go back to Harry the pumpkin pose, with his long, beautiful hair, he blended in with the vines, so he wasn't seen. He was like all covered up, all hairy, and he never got picked. So Harry decided one day when he was feeling pretty sad, he said, "You know what? Let's come up to standing. I'm gonna go on an adventure all by my own. I don't need anybody to pick me up to have fun." So Harry decided to start his adventure. So coming back to pumpkin pose, Harry the pumpkin rolled around. So we're going to roll back and roll forward. Woo! It might be hard to come up. If it's hard to come up, use your hands to help you. So Harry the pumpkin rolled around and rolled around till he came and he found somebody. Let's come to cow pose. Bring your hands and knees to the ground. We're going to drop our belly like it's a cow's belly. And we're going to go moo. And this wasn't just any cow. This was a Highland cow. Do you know what a Highland cow is? Yeah, well, this Highland cow's name was Fluffy because Fluffy had long, beautiful hair. It was a hairy cow. What? And Harry said, "Moo! Look at our long, beautiful hair. Isn't it wonderful? This hair can keep us warm all year round. I'm so happy with my hair." And Harry said, "Yeah, I guess I never looked at it like that. It does keep me warm on the cold pumpkin patch nights." Let's go back to cow pose. And Fluffy said, "Moo, I know, it's wonderful having long hair, don't you think?" And Harry said, "Yeah, I guess you're right. This is great. Well, it was nice to meet you, Fluffy. See you later." And Harry kept rolling. Let's roll again. Whoa! Whoa! And this time, Harry decided to hop a little bit. So we're gonna hop, 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 hop like a hairy pumpkin. Hop, hop. And then Harry came across something very interesting. It was a guinea pig. Let's go to guinea pig pose. Coming onto our knees, we're gonna curl up really small like a little guinea pig. But this wasn't any normal guinea pig. This was a hairy guinea pig, a long-haired guinea pig. And this guinea pig was a little rude. And the guinea pig said, "Oh, look at how beautiful I am with my long hair. Oh, I just love it. Don't you love having long hair? And who's your personal groomer anyway? You know, I am a refined guinea pig and I am a show guinea pig. I go to many shows and I've won first prize before. Are you a prize pumpkin? Do you compete in pumpkin shows?" Going back to Harry the pumpkin, Harry said, "Well, I've never really been in any long-haired pumpkin shows, but I guess I should look into it because it seems like you're having a great time." Going back to guinea pig pose. And the guinea pig said, oh, yes, I am. I mean, I get brushed all the time. It's just wonderful. Don't you just love my beautiful long hair? Oh, I just love it. Okay, I have to go. Goodbye. So Harry the Pumpkin kept rolling along. Coming back to rolling Harry the Pumpkin pose. Whoa! Whoa! Maybe we could do a couple jumps. Jump, jump, and turn around. Jump, jump. And Harry came across somebody else. And this was somebody strong and mighty. It was a lion. Let's go to lion's pose. So coming to sit on our ankles, our knees are in front. Bring our hands on either side of our knees. We're gonna stick out our tongue and we're gonna roar as loud as we can. And when we roar, we wanna try to make a scary face, okay? So we're gonna roar together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3. And going back to Harry the Pumpkin pose, Harry was a little nervous and he said, I'm a little scared right now. Can you tell me why you're roaring? Going back to lion pose. The lion said, well, can't you see my beautiful mane? This protects me and it wards off scary people who want to fight me, and it helps protect my neck. Going back to Harry the Pumpkin pose, Harry said, well, okay, I guess I never looked at my hair like that. Yeah, it does kind of protect me from the sun and from bugs and from other stuff. And the lion, going back to lion pose, he said, yes, it is wonderful having long hair, especially around my head. Oh, I just love meeting a fellow long-haired human. And the pumpkin said, okay. And the lion gave the pumpkin one big roar before Harry kept going. Let's roar together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And Harry kept rolling and rolling. Rolling the hairy pumpkin rolling around, looking for adventures. And then the pumpkin heard something. It sounded like the perfect classical fall music, almost like kind of spooky music, but not too spooky. So Harry decided to keep going so that he could find where this music was coming from. Let's keep rolling. Roll! And roll! Let's do one more big roll. Roll, maybe help yourself up if you need it. Ugh. Coming back to Harry the Pumpkin pose. And Harry looked around and he noticed that he was in a field of hairy pumpkins. And not only were there hairy pumpkins, there were pumpkins with big ears, and pumpkins with eyeballs, and pumpkins with big noses, and pumpkins with just their feet. And they were all hanging out together. And when he went up there and he started talking to the other pumpkins, he realized that these are all the pumpkins that didn't get picked at the pumpkin patch. So all the pumpkins that didn't get picked rolled around and found each other and had a big pumpkin party. Let's go back to the pumpkin patch. Coming back with our legs really wide, looking down, there was a new little baby hairy pumpkin being born. Huh. And it was perfectly covered by the vines. Let's come down to sitting. Maybe next time you're at a pumpkin patch, you can look under the vines and look very closely. Maybe you'll find a special pumpkin. And maybe you'll find a hairy pumpkin. I don't know. Let's go ahead and pick up our pumpkin yet again. And now that we have a pumpkin in our hand, I want you to lay onto your back and get cozy. And we're gonna put this pumpkin on our belly button. Try to get as close as you can to your belly button. And we're gonna do big, deep breaths, trying to lift up our pumpkin and drop our pumpkin down to the ground. Trying not to move our back, but trying to lift it up and bring it back down by taking big, deep belly breaths. Okay, so let's do this 6 times together. Ready? So watching our pumpkin lift up, we inhale and exhale, the pumpkin comes down. Let's try it again. Let's try it a few more times together. It's like our pumpkin's going on a ride, like a roller coaster ride or surfing. Picking up our pumpkin again. Let's lift it up and bring it above our head to the top of our mats. Bringing one hand to our heart and one hand to our belly. We're going to close our eyes and relax for a minute. While we're laying here, let's imagine a pumpkin seed. A beautiful white pumpkin seed. It hasn't been baked yet, so we can't eat it, but it's perfect for putting into the ground. Imagining that pumpkin seed, let's put something in there. Maybe it's a wish. Maybe it's our big dream. Maybe it's one simple word like love or kindness. Whatever you want to see more of in your life. Go ahead and imagine that seed. And we're going to imagine that we're digging a nice little hole in a pumpkin patch. And we put that seed in the ground. Day after day, we check on that seed. We give it water and sunlight and lots of love. And eventually that seed turns into a sprout. And eventually that sprout grows up and has some leaves and turns into a vine. And eventually, a beautiful yellow flower shows up on the vine. Can you smell that flower? Let's take a big deep breath together, in through our nose, out through our mouth. And after some more time, we notice a tiny little pumpkin starts to grow. Pumpkins usually start out green and end up orange, but there's all different colors of pumpkins. Imagine what your pumpkin looks like. Is it hairy? Does it have eyeballs or feet or a nose? You can make it however you would like. And this is a magical pumpkin because this pumpkin was born with our love and has our dream or wish or intention in it. And we see that pumpkin grow and grow. And we pick that pumpkin eventually when it's all grown up. And we bring it home. We put it on our counter. We give it some love. And we go lay down in our bed. And slowly starting to wiggle our toes and our fingers. Reaching our arms up overhead and stretching as much as we can. And bringing our knees into our chest like a little pumpkin on the ground. And rolling just a little bit from side to side. And picking one side to roll to completely. Keeping our eyes closed if we can. Just relaxing here for a minute. And when we feel ready, we use one hand to lift us up, keeping our eyes closed if we can. I know it's tough. And I'm gonna play our bells one more time. And when you don't hear the sound of the bell anymore, you can go ahead and raise your hand and open your eyes. Ready? Well, thanks for joining us on this pumpkin adventure. Fall is my favorite time of the year. What's your favorite time of the year? We'll see you again soon. As always, thanks for stopping by. And remember, stay Yogiful. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Bye-bye.
Hello kids, get your yoga on. Join with me, it'll be real fun.